Presented by Hyundai. I'm Jason Whitlock, joined by LeVar, Johnny Cochran, Arrington, and Brady Papinga.
Hey, man, if the helmet don't fit.
Joining the desk now is Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. Time now for a big story. Let's return to Thursday Night Football, where Myles Garrett was suspended indefinitely for whacking Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph in the head with his helmet. The Browns and their head coach Freddie Kitchens are widely considered as one of the most undisciplined teams in the league, leading the NFL in penalties and penalty yards. And after the game, they didn't have a ton of answers for their behavior last night.
What I did was foolish, and I shouldn't have allowed myself to slip like that. That's out of character. But a situation like that where, it's an emotional game, like Larry said, and allow myself to fall into those emotions, with the last play and what happened. I appreciate, my team having my back, but it just never got to that point. That's on me.
You have to be able to maintain your composure in times like that, and under no circumstance do we want anything to do with anything like that. I'm embarrassed. Myles is embarrassed. He understands what he did. He understands it's totally unacceptable, and we got to get through it.
All right, should we blame Freddie Kitchens for the Browns' behavior last night?
No, I wouldn't. No, stop looking at me like I got 6 eyeballs.
We can't blame Freddie Kitchens.
No.
We can blame Mason Rudolph, but not Freddie Kitchens.
There's this thing in science, right? If you have a slope, all right, and you put a weighted ball on there, science tells you can know by the weight of the ball, the size of it, how far it's going to travel, where it's going to go, all right, scientifically speaking. If you put a mouse on that same surface and let them go, science is out the door. You cannot predict where that mouse may go. And it's the same thing that exists here. You can coach your team. You could tell them very clearly and succinctly what it is that you would like for them to do, what you want for them to do, and what that interpretation is and the execution of what that is on the field is totally up to each and every one of those singular individuals. That's what makes the team sport such an amazing sport, is because you are trying to actually instruct somebody within the parameters of a game plan to do exactly what it is that you're telling them to do. When you get off into talking about penalties and personal fouls and what took place last night, I don't think that that's something that you totally put at the feet of the
When you say
head
totally,
coach. All right.
Totally.
Well, is he the blame for,
We can blame.
for the behavior?
I can blame Freddie Kitchens.
All right. I don't blame him for it.
No, you can't blame him.
Oh my God!
Okay, that's better. Okay, Jason, let's blame him. I'm with you. I'm with Jason. Everybody, I'm with Jason. Man. Let's blame him. No, you can't blame the head coach. Of course not. Let me explain something to you.
Go ahead.
You know this too. You play football. You play sports. Anytime a fight breaks out, let's just say a fight breaks out, and Myles Garrett is on the ground fight. I'm the coach. If the coach would have ran on the field at the time, if you run on the field and Myles doesn't know who you, he's going to hit you too. I mean, that's how he's going to be like, hey, coach, I didn't know that was you. I mean, this is I'm mad. It's emotion. When a game is going on, understand this, and you know it well as I do, football is so emotional. It takes, you get so geeked up and hyped up. And now it's a fight involved with a team that y'all don't like. You have a big-time history with them. You can't, it's not the coach's fault he fought out there. That was Myles' fault. And it started with Mason Rudolph. That's what kind of escalated. Now, Myles took it way too far, for sure, but, I can't blame Freddie Kitchens.
My DMX voice. Let the goat speak.
Go ahead, Brady.
Well, I'll say this. The moment that Myles Garrett hammered Mason Rudolph in the head with that helmet was the moment that the nail in the coffin of Freddie Kitchens' career as the Cleveland Browns was hammered.
Oh, wow.
Down. He's gone. And because it all falls on him. Look at how they played all year long. They've been undisciplined. They have had self-inflicted errors, unforced errors throughout the season where their execution is lacked. Baker Mayfield has even attested to that, to where critical moments.
Your team, where you would sit right here and talk about how great they are. Right there.
They have the potential and the talent.
Okay.
The problem is they got to be able to put it together. And if they can't get on the same page,
let me ask this a different way, based off of Freddie's blameless, Baba. Can I credit Bill Belichick for the success of the Patriots? Can I do that? or he gets no credit. Because, again, if there's no blame, there's no credit either.
I think
the coaches have nothing to do with anything that goes on out on the field. They don't establish a culture. They don't establish a culture of discipline and accountability. Bill Belichick's teams don't do this. I can run through a bunch of teams that don't do this. But we can't credit the coaches.
That is not the point.
Because they have nothing to do with any of this. When the players hit the field, the coaching and everything's out the window. I'm glad it's settled now. Now we know.
Players get fined on the Patriots team as well. I'm sure if we look at the fines.
Do they do this?
Well, I mean, how many teams have we seen do this?
Yeah, it keeps happening in the AFC North. And Freddie Kitchens and this team has been out of control all year. They've been undisciplined all year. Myles Garrett's been the dirtiest player all year. And voila, Thursday Night Football, here he is slamming somebody over the head with his helmet. But no, let's don't blame the coach who got the damn job when he wasn't qualified. Let's don't blame him. It's everybody else. It's Mason Rudolph's fault, and it's Mike Tomlin's fault for calling the play.
We film practices. We film practices. We don't know.
There's certain things that, coaches can take culpability over and be responsible for. Some of the behaviors that take place out on the field just aren't. That's not there. That's not it. You cannot control what a free soul human being does in the heat of a moment of a game.
I say it again.
Y'all got kids too.
Yes. Yeah. That's how I know.
Yeah, I know. And so
I can tell you one thing. You want to do something else.
If your kids are successful or unsuccessful, it has nothing to do with you all.
That's not what we're saying.
I mean, like I said before, if you're on the field and just like Myles Garrett, if my son was on the field and he got into a fight, let's say he's a big boy, he got into a fight, and I ran out there, he didn't know it was me. He's swinging, he fighting, he's like, oh, Dad, I ain't gonna knock you out.
Yeah, right.
It's like,
did y'all watch the game?
Yes.
The there were
and then ran it back. 3
helmet-to-helmet hits, all by Cleveland.
But you know what, Jason, them helmets, some of those helmet-to-helmets, like, once again, you can't blame the coach. I can tell you why. I can tell you not to do it. I can tell you son, don't hit with your helmet. Son, don't leave with your helmet. Son,
the play's coming this way. The play's coming this way.
Son, I told you don't touch your head.
Listen, why y'all act so naive? And you a coach, LeVar.
I experienced this firsthand.
If y'all don't think Freddie Kitchens all week wasn't in his players' rear end, we taking the fight to Pittsburgh. This is going to be an AFC North game. We are not going to be punked. We are going to punk them. If you don't think all week he wasn't jamming it down his players' throats about what kind of fight this was going to be, and we're not going to be out physical, and these previous Cleveland Brown teams have been punked by the Steelers, and it's not happening here. He set an environment and a culture for this to happen. The helmet-to-helmet hits all game, and then the end of it. And they ran through the finish line with Myles Garrett up 2 touchdowns. Let me get one more dirty hit in. You can blame that on Freddie Kitchens. You know damn well that's what he was talking about. That's why the Cleveland media, after the game, asked him, you going to take any responsibility for this? And he got, what you mean? What about what you said early in the year? Everybody knows he set a culture for this, and the culture's within the AFC North. I halfway don't blame him.
You want to know the sad thing about your commentary? And there's a lot of truth in your commentary. The sad thing about it is they did win that game very handily, 21-7, and are showing signs of turning the corner as a team to actually possibly go down the road of what Brady Papinga said so many weeks back on the show. And the game truly loses. The fans truly lose. People that have faith in this game, true. And I blame the action. I blame the action and the intent.
Dead man walking. Well, he's walking the Green Mile these last 6-7 weeks.
I don't put that on Kitchen.
He's toast. And again, all the people. And again, I'm not going to defend Hugh Jackson huge here. But this has been a clown show in Cleveland.
Oof.
It's been a clown show all year. And the quarterback handled it well. We'll get into that here shortly. But it's been a clown show. And if I can't blame the head coach,
I would disagree with that.
It's been a clown show.
I would disagree with him
handling it the right way. Every weekend fighting with the NFL about his uniform and this and that. And oh my, I'm a victim. It's been a clown show, and Freddie Kitchens is to blame. Coming up,
I love overstretch.
Lost in all the madness last night. Baker Mayfield stepped up and did something that really impressed me. I'm sure LeVar thought it was terrible.
I disagree.
And thought Mason Rudolph should have. Anyway.
How about you, LeVar?
Speak for yourself is presented by Hyundai.